When it comes to exercise, there is nothing better than taking it outside. Heading outdoors for fitness not only provides you with the benefits that come from fitness in the first place, but it also offers you the fun factor that comes from a change in scenery and simply enjoying the fresh air. Today, our mission takes us to Oso Viejo Park in the city of Mission Viejo to learn about the outdoor exercise equipment available to the public. Installed in the summer of 2010, the equipment is located at the north end of the village green on the Upper Oso Creek Trail. The 12-piece outdoor circuit system includes a range of equipment that uses a person's body weight for resistance and can be enjoyed by people of all fitness levels.
The equipment was born out of a resident request. A resident had asked the city to consider this. It's very popular. It's actually one of the most popular recreational new equipment that's out on the market. And one of the senior members in the community who's very active in recreation and what's going on in the state of California had seen this at some of the various conferences and asked the city to consider it. The city did their homework and decided that we would invest the money. And it's been a wonderful investment with the community. It cost about $30,000 to install the first elements. The shade canopies came a little bit later, but we chose this location. Number one, it's right off of the Oso Creek Trail, and we refer to this as the Upper Oso Creek Trail around the village green, so it made sense. And it didn't really take up any usable space like for sports use, so it really made sense to put it in this location. Plus, you get a great view of the Oso Creek.
The exercise equipment is arranged in 3 sections and grouped by machines that work the upper, lower, and core sections of the body. On each piece of equipment, people will find instructions for proper use, along with information about which muscle groups are being exercised. Today, we'll get a professional demonstration from City of Mission Viejo fitness instructor Mark Thorndike, who will show us how to properly use the equipment and provide some helpful tips on how you can achieve the best results from your workout. The first section of equipment consists of 4 machines that focus on the upper body. The chest press strengthens the chest, shoulders, triceps, forearms, and the upper and mid abdominals.
Okay, when using the chest press machine, you want to make sure that you sit straight up, your back against the back pad, and your feet on the foot levers or the foot bar down below. There's 2 grips on these. The inner grip is a little easier when you push out, and then the outer grips, the horizontal grips, is a little bit harder. You can try both if you'd like. The range of motion or the speed should be slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a very good speed that I usually use. Same thing on the outer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going slow is much more beneficial, and it eliminates all momentum from the exercise. You also want to make sure you breathe normally. Just breathe regularly. Don't hold your breath or anything. And the recommended repetition range should be between 10 and 20. Usually 10 and 15 is a good repetition range.
The lat pull-down machine strengthens the upper back, shoulders, biceps, and core.
Okay, on the lat pull-down machine, again, you want to make sure that your posture is straight up and down, your back is against the back pad, and your feet is on the foot bar. Make sure your feet are off the ground. You can do this actually 2 ways. The first way is you can actually have an overhand grip to pull it down. Okay, same speed as before. Make sure that your speed is nice and slow and controlled. Don't go very fast. You can also do it an underhanded way. The underhanded way I prefer to show people just because it activates the bicep muscles more when you do this way. This is more like a chin-up, and it actually works a little better. Same range of motion. Just barely tap the machine when it goes all the way down. You don't want to make sure it rests each time. Make sure you get the full range. As soon as you feel that seat tap, pull it straight down and make sure you breathe normally, just like the other machines.
The vertical press strengthens the shoulder and arm muscles.
Okay, here on the vertical press, same thing. You want to make sure your posture is good, back against the back pad and feet on the foot bar. Want to grab the handles like this. This has a tendency to be difficult for people to do on the full range. When you push up, this is easy, but then right about here, it gets pretty difficult to do. Not everybody can do that, and I'll show you an alternate way just after this. But it's the same speed, full range of motion, same repetitions. The repetitions should be between 10 and 20. 10 and 15, always at least 10 and no more than 20. And that's the only grip that you need to do is right there. And I'll show you an alternate way of doing this machine if that's too hard for people to push up. Okay, the alternate version to the vertical press is to do it standing. This is if it's too hard to do it seated and maybe somebody has a bad back. You actually just pull the handles up here and now it becomes a standing vertical press. You just push it straight over the head and then come down. Again, you want to do the full range of motion and you want to do it nice and slow and you want to breathe normally, doing the same amount of repetitions. Okay, just make sure you have a slight bend in your knees to take the stress off the lower back. This actually can be done by most people, even people that are not that strong. It's same benefit. It actually might even be more beneficial than actually doing it seated. I actually like this version. Just make sure you stand straight, keep the feet slightly bent to take the stress off the lower back. Breathe, do 10 to 15 repetitions if you're able to do 10 to 15 reps. The shoulders have a tendency to be the weaker muscle group, so you may not be able to get the 10. You just do as many as you can.
The rowing machine strengthens the back muscles, shoulders, arm muscles, and abdominals with a true rowing motion that improves cardiovascular endurance as well.
Okay, when using the rowing machine, it could be difficult to pull these handles up when you're seated in the machine. So what I recommend is, if you're not strong enough to do that, is to pull the handles up first, sit in it. Now you're in a good position to do the exercise, and then you can go down as far as you want. To get that good stretch and then pull it forward. You don't want to go all the way back. The range of motion is just get a slight pull in your back and then pull it even with your body. Okay. The other option would be, if you're strong enough, you can actually start the exercise by sitting in it, grabbing the handles and then pulling it up. That's the hard part. So if you're not strong enough to do that, it's much better to stand to the side of the machine, pull the handles up, sit in the machine, and then you're in good position to perform the exercise in a nice controlled manner.
The second section of equipment consists of 4 machines that focus on the core sections of the body. The incline sit-up bench strengthens the obliques, upper, mid, and lower abdominals.
On the incline sit-up bench, there's actually 2 benches to use. This incline one is a little bit more difficult to use. It has more of an incline. This one's actually the flatter one, so this is perfect for a beginner to do this. This may be a little difficult to get in for some people, but you just kind of hook your legs into the bars here. I don't recommend doing a full sit-up on any type of sit-up bench. I recommend doing actually a crunch. The best crunch to do is to put your hands behind your head and lead with your chin. You don't want to go like this with your neck. That just strains your neck. You want to actually lead with your chin and kind of force your face up to the top of the sky. Hold it for a second, then come down slowly. Again, you want to try to do 12 to 15 reps. Breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. Don't force your head up. Try to use your abdominal to bring your shoulder blades up off the bench. Okay. And it could be difficult to actually get out of these. If it's a little difficult, you may have to do another thing for your abdominals. You can actually do your abdominals at home, on your bed, on your floor, on another bench, if this is too difficult for you to do.
The twisting machine stretches the waist while strengthening the obliques, upper, mid, and lower abdominals.
At the twisting station for your side muscles, there's 2 versions to do this. There's a standing and a seated. I'll demonstrate the standing first. This little pivot point pivots very, very easy, so it's much safer to hold on first and then stand on the little disc. The disc moves very, very easy. The proper movement on this is to keep your upper body straight, your chest facing forward, and just move your hips. Act like your hips are facing sideways in that direction. It's much better to go slower. You don't want to go really fast. You want to keep that chest facing forward as you twist. Your repetition range is the same. Try about between 10 and 20 repetitions. Breathe normally. Make sure you go at a nice, smooth pattern, keeping that chest facing straight ahead. The other version, which may be a little safer for people, is the seated version. So you sit in the little seat. You can grab the bar any way you want. There is a foot bar, but the best way to do it is to actually have your foot off the bar. I found that's a little bit more beneficial. So you're going to twist, again, keeping your chest facing forward and turning your lower body as far as you can to each side. So you want to face your hips to the right and to the left. Make sure you breathe, do the proper repetition range, and keep that chest facing forward as you twist.
The pendulum, abs, and dips machine strengthens the upper body, including biceps and forearms, as well as the lower back, obliques, and abdominals.
On the pendulum, ab, and dip station, the first thing I'll show is the pendulum part of it. Again, this thing moves pretty freely, so you need to make sure you hold on first and then step on it, because it does move pretty easy. This takes a little bit of practice and coordination, but once you get it, you want to try to keep your upper body very still, and you're just swinging your hips back and forth. Some people kind of go a little bit sideways, but try to keep your upper body still. Use the handles just to keep your body steady, and then just try to swing those hips. It may take a little bit of practice, but once you get it, it's actually quite fun to use. It's kind of a fun little machine. The next one will be the ab station. This one can be a little bit tough. Going to put your forearms on here, grab the grip, make sure your back's against the pad. The one thing you want to make sure you don't do is on this one, I see some people actually go out with their legs straight. You actually want to bring your legs up and knees bent. It's a lot less stress on the lower back when you do it like this. It's too much stress on the back when you have your knees straight. And you don't have to come up very high. You can actually just come up a little bit, and as you get stronger, you can move up a little higher. The last one is the dip station. This one's probably one of the harder ones to do. People that have enough strength can actually lift their feet up off the ground and do a dip. This is for the chest. If you're not that strong to do that, you can actually keep your feet on the ground and then just kind of utilize your upper body strength a little bit like this. You can actually use your feet just to kind of give yourself a little bit of a boost, okay? If you can't do the full dip with the feet off the ground, which most people can't do because of the strength issue. So just kind of use your feet just to kind of push up a little bit. Okay. Same repetitions, nice and slow.
The cross-country ski machine strengthens the lower body, including quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves, while also targeting the lower back and lower abdominals. This cardiovascular activity also aids in recovering lost agility.
Okay, on the cross-country ski machine, I just want to show you easily how to mount this. These things move pretty freely, so again, just be very careful. Hold on to the grips first while you get on this. We're in the abdominal station with all the abdominal machines. A lot of people think this is for just your legs, but it actually works your abdominals and your core, your arms, and your legs. It's more of a cardio machine, and again, you just want to kind of practice getting that little ski motion down. Utilize your arms. You see these in gyms a lot. They're called elliptical machines, but it does work your core, it does work your abs, it works pretty much your entire body. So this can be done anywhere from 2 minutes up to 10 minutes, depending on how much you want to do this. And there's no real set speed. This is a good speed to do it at. Just breathe normally, look straight ahead, and do it anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes, depending on your fitness level.
The third section of equipment consists of 4 machines that focus on lower body activities. The seated leg extension strengthens the glutes, quadriceps, and calves.
On the seated leg extension in the leg area, you're going to mount the machine like this. This machine doesn't have any adjustments. It's a one-size-fits-all. You're going to put your legs behind the rollers, and you're going to extend all the way up completely and come down. Again, you want to think of that speed. You don't want to do it very fast. You want to come up all the way, extend your legs. You can even hold it for 1 or 2 seconds to really feel that in your legs, and then go down slowly. Again, I don't want to go really fast. I don't want to go like that. That creates too much momentum. So you want to go nice and slow, go up all the way, make sure you hold on, do the proper amount of repetitions, 10 to 20 repetitions. Make sure you breathe normally, always look straight ahead, don't look around. It's always better to have that good posture. Make sure your back is flat against that back pad as you do it. And you really feel it in your legs. After about 6 to 8 repetitions, you'll definitely feel it.
The leg press strengthens the abdominals and leg muscles, particularly the quadriceps and calves.
Okay, we're on the leg press. There's 4 different leg presses, but they all do the same thing. So if you've got your friends around, you all want to do the leg presses together, that would be great to do. But they all do exactly the same thing. When you get in, for people that are kind of small, it's pretty easy to get their feet up there. For taller people, it may be a little bit easier to just kind of push the seat out a little bit, then put your feet in. Then you can do the exercise. And then you want to try to do a full range. You come down where the stopper just barely hits and then push out. You want to always think about that slow speed. It's always better to go slow. Always think about your breathing, your repetitions. Push out. You can always hold on to the bar. As you're going back and forth, make sure your back is against the back pad. And your feet, your heels are probably naturally going to come up. That's okay. To come up on the ball of your foot, that's naturally going to happen. But just taller people, you just may need to kind of push this out a little bit to get your feet up there comfortably.
The leg curl machine strengthens the hamstrings and glutes from a lying position.
Okay, on the lying leg curl machine, you're going to actually enter the machine like this. When you lie down, you want to make sure that your knees are hanging off of the bench and the back of your ankles go just underneath the rollers. And you're going to hold on to the grips. I can hold on anywhere up here. It doesn't have to be the grips. And I'm going to pull up. Now this one has a very limited range of motion. It's probably for safety reasons. You are getting some stimulation in the hamstrings, but you just want to be aware that it just has a very limited range. It's not broken. This is the way the machine was designed. And again, you just want to go up slow. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go up to the stopper and then just push a little bit. And that'll activate my hamstrings a little more by just pushing against that stopper. Okay? And just remember to breathe. Remember your repetition range of 10 to 20. And you should be all set.
The two-person cross-country ski machine targets the same muscle groups as the single cross-country ski, but provides a great social exercise to do with another person.
Okay, this is the two-person cross-country ski machine. It's in the leg area. Very similar to the single cross-country machine. The only difference is you can use it with a partner. Now, if you don't have a partner, you can do it by yourself. Okay, again, just get that motion. Your heels are going to come off the pad a little bit. But there's a social aspect to this. If you have a partner, you're working out with someone, they can get on the other side. And you can probably feel a little bit of a different resistance when there's somebody there. You have to coordinate your movements a little bit better when you do this. But it's a real good social aspect to this. And yeah, you can get a good workout just by looking at the other person straight ahead. And you can talk and you can chat. And you can make the exercise go by a little bit better by having a conversation with someone. So that's the two-person cross-country ski machine.
Whether you choose to use Mission Viejo's outdoor exercise equipment at Oso Viejo Park or enjoy another form of exercise in the great outdoors, by heading outside for fitness on a regular basis, you can maintain a healthy mission on your path to good health and an active lifestyle.